Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. We're here for another live stream because the Bitcoin conference is over, Friday the last day, and the Bitcoin conference curse has come back for another year in a row now, where we have seen bearish price action at the time of the annual Bitcoin conference. I gave some big warnings during my last live stream about this exact scenario happening, and it has happened. So now, do we buy this dip, or do we wait a bit longer, or is this the start of a new downtrend in the market? I'll tell you, I don't think it's the start of a new downtrend. I think that this is a dip we should be buying, looking to buy, and I'll be explaining the levels I'm looking for and my exact strategies and plans in this stream. So be sure to stick with me until the very end and smash up the like button right now as we do get this one started. So looking at things overall, let's start out with our crypto market overview. And we have a sea of red out there at the current moment in time. Looking at the crypto bubbles top 100, everything is red except for CRO randomly up 12% on the day. But we are pulling back. And let's take a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is currently trading at 103.5K. So the manipulative move that we talked about has fully played out. Again, for anyone that is unfamiliar with everything we've been talking about here with our analysis, last week Bitcoin pumped up to 111, almost 112K. I was live on the day it was happening, and I said if this is going to be a fake move, price is going to come back and trade inside of the previous range. Highlighted in our orange shaded box here from 105.8K down to 100.6K. Price has come back inside of our orange shaded area in the previous range. It has played out exactly as we discussed it. What's going to happen now? Well, Bitcoin is in an interesting level. Let's drop this down to the daily time frame. You can see we do have the previous week low at 102K and the range lows again at $100,626. All right, so I am not calling bottom just yet, but I think we're very close. What do I want to see to confidently say that it's the bottom? I want to see the majors align with these coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, in their higher time frame levels. So let's look at the majors. Here's USDT dominance, Tether dominance, very important chart for reasons we discuss every single live stream. You can see that it is now above the previous week high. Right, here's our previous week high. We are above that now. However, and we're also inside of the fair value gap here on the daily time frame. However, we have not come into the order block over here at 4.90%. Price is very close to getting there. We're at 4.8%. We want 4.9%. It's very close, but it hasn't hit yet. All right, meaning that altcoins could actually do one more flush and just take everyone's stops who decided to long already. It's possible. I think right now, if you want to buy, you can start scaling into spot positions because many coins are in very, very juicy and enticing. They're all in the price levels that I've been giving you here on streams, like 10, 15% lower than where the price was when we were talking about it. Like most altcoins are in their levels now. However, we don't have the confluence from the majors yet. It's very close. So I think buying spot is smart. Leverage, I think you have to be a little more precise and pinpoint and wait for these levels to get hit. So anyways, USDT dominance very close at 4.9%. Let's keep going through these. One thing is Bitcoin dominance. So we were looking at the potential top on Bitcoin dominance, depending on how this weekly candle closed. And we discussed how if we close the weekly below this key swing, then we can confidently say that the Bitcoin dominance top is in and we're going to get the altcoin season. But you can see on this weekly chart, we're actually going up instead. All right, so it does look like we want to go now for these higher levels. We are coming into this daily level, actually. This one just formed at 64.8% here. All right, so let's watch for a rejection here. If it clears it, boys, we're going up to 66%. So we have to watch this closely, Bitcoin dominance. Remember, we absolutely imperatively need Bitcoin dominance to drop for altcoins to pump because the whole past 2-3 years, whatever, USDT dominance has been going down and most of the money has just been going into Bitcoin, we need money to come out of Bitcoin and go into altcoins. So it's very important we see Bitcoin dominance drop and lose this key swing on the weekly time frame, which again is at 63.17% approximately. 63.17. Lads, mark it on your own chart. Let's keep going through these. So BVOL, Bitcoin Volatility Index, still going down. Ethereum is, if we look at the realized volatility, it is still at support. If we look at the implied volatility, gives us a little bit of a different look. Implied on the 7-day, yeah, still kind of at, it's low at support. So I mean, look, big moves still yet to come. These volatility index are still like at support, not moving yet. When they start to pump, that's when we know the real moves are happening. We just haven't seen it just yet. Anyways, we're very close, lads. We are very close to these total levels getting hit. Let's take a look at the total market cap chart. So we were discussing during our last live stream just a couple of days ago how we would like to see 3.14 trillion get hit on the total. That would be a sweep over here of the previous week low. We have currently swept the yearly open, which is again why I'm saying, look, it's not a bad time at all to start scaling into spot coins, but leverage, you have to be a little bit more pinpoint and precise. So remember, we're waiting for USDT dominance at 4.90%, and we would like to see the total at 3.14%, or 3.14 trillion. And that would be ideal confluence, right? If we get that, long whatever altcoin, you have a pretty good shot of catching the local bottom, I think. Got the secret juice today, lads. Cheers. So yeah, we're very close to this level getting hit at 3.14 trillion, but not quite there yet. We are at the current range lows. Let's see if we go and grab this level. And if we look on the daily, you know, these are some hidden order blocks inside of this fair value gap, which is why we want this specific level, okay? Order block in the fair value gap. Very close, not quite there. Keep an eye on it. It's very close to getting hit. When it hits, that's your shot to go take some risk, I think. All right, total 2 now. So the total 2 is, it just touched our level here. Just touched it. We do have a more optimal level, just slightly lower at 1.09 trillion. We're currently at 1.13 trillion after hitting 1.12 trillion. So we hit the level, we just grazed it essentially. Ideally, we come into here. Okay, everybody should see that on the left side of the screen. Ideally, we come into here at 1.09 trillion. This has been labeled with the dollar signs for quite a while now, right? This is where the money is going to be optimally made, especially with leverage on altcoins. 1.09 trillion, very close. And now the total 3 has the monthly open at 800. I would like to see 813 billion to 800 billion. But the interesting thing is that others actually hit. Okay, others hit its level. So others is right now like the chart that hit its key liquidity here. Also hit the monthly open, but none of the other majors have, which is why I'm saying, you know, buy spot, but we might flush a little bit lower on the leverage if you guys want to trade long on leverage, okay? So anyways, Ethereum, we shorted the top. We shorted the top inside of the Crypto Empire Mastermind group. As you can see here, took this trade Thursday at right around the same time of day when the price was 27.50, 27.55 entry. So yeah, I mean, currently up like 250 bucks per Ethereum shorted. So you can obviously, you know, do some math and see that if you short a few Ethereum, that this can be quite a profitable move. Now, what we're looking for is ideally a move to 2,400 to these lows, 23 to 2,400. Complete this flush, take some of the liquidity down here at the range lows, and hopefully the majors do align with things, and then we start going back up from there. But yeah, I mean, took the head short, and that's why we do it. Price was in supply up here. It was a move to trap buyers at the time of the Bitcoin conference. The Bitcoin conference curse. Let's go into that real quick. So again, we were discussing last live stream how every single time the Bitcoin conference comes every year, it always results in a downwards move in the market with prices. Every single year. And this year, no different. No different whatsoever. Right? Here's the move from 110K down to 103K so far on BTC. And ETH obviously 2750 to 2500. Altcoins, though, that's where the real destruction has been. We're seeing 15-20% moves lower, 25% moves lower across the board on most coins. Now, here is the American Bitcoin committee or something. I don't know. A bunch of people at the conference, right? You got Michael Saylor. You got that weird guy, Brian Johnson, who does all the health hacks. He's also vegan and like quadruple vax. So take everything he says with a grain of salt. I'm pretty sure this is Steve Aoki. You got Don Trump Jr. You got Eric Trump. You got the Winklevoss twins. You got a bunch of OG Bitcoiners. I mean, this picture is just, it's a conglomerate of a lot of different things going on at once. Also, here's the Tether CEO, the USDT CEO, Paulo, this guy over here in the top right. So quite a room of important people at the Bitcoin conference, and Saylor with a big smile on his face right in the middle. And this picture embodies the Bitcoin conference curse. They're all smiling and laughing at you. For sure they are. So yeah, you can thank these guys for the Bitcoin conference curse. Moving on. So today also is the day that FTX planned to distribute $5 billion to its creditors. So whales love using these dates to, make moves happen, make volatility happen in the market. This tweet's from the 16th of May. So we've had over 2 weeks warning, or 2 weeks warning exactly, that May 30th they were going to distribute $5 billion. And a lot of people will think, oh, that's so bullish. $5 billion will get injected back into the market, going to people that lost it during the FTX crash. That's super bullish. Well, the opposite has happened, okay? It was a sell the news event with the Bitcoin conference. So, take everything that's said by whales with a grain of salt. Always look at key dates and key headlines, and then you have to use critical thinking and common sense to be able to look at the chart and look at price action and see okay, like, is price really going to pump higher from here? Anyways, another sell the news event. Also, the talk of the town right now is James Nguyen. And if you guys think this guy is serious and like a real trader and not a plant, you're wrong. He's 100% an industry plant. So he lost $100 million. He got liquidated on his Bitcoin longs and shorts. I think he's mainly going long, but he keeps on getting liquidated. He buys the local top every time, and then price goes against him. And because he's trading multi-million-dollar position margin sizes, he just keeps on getting liquidated. So yeah, I mean, and the funny part is he literally lost $100 million. But at the same time, he's shilling meme coins that he for sure like is a part of himself or something like that. He probably made it himself. So yeah, guys, don't pay attention to James Nguyen. It's I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the FTX team LARPing as some random trader on crypto Twitter. And then one more piece of news. So yeah, James Nguyen, not even worth any energy to pay attention to. And while he is shilling his random coin called Moonpig that nobody cares about but him, this is what's going on the Solana trenches. We have this guy building his personal brand by doing this.
Benjamin's better though.
Let's look at this video.
Benjamin probably is better.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you definitely want to see.
So you can see the market cap of this coin is literally 35K. He's trading a 35K random meme coin.
CT tracker, which if you use Nova, you'll get.
And you can see it goes up, and he just starts
What's the Zenjamin thing?
It went from 35K to 68K, not even a 2x.
YouTube name, right?
And look, he just dumps everything for not even a 2x, and he's. So this is how people are, building their brands nowadays. Doing this type of stuff. 35K market cap coin selling less than a 2x while live streaming. So he's basically dumping it on everyone who's watching him live who also bought the coin. It's a cesspool. It's a bunch of trash. It's a bunch of garbage. Everyone wonders what happened to meme coins. Why isn't the market fun anymore? What happened? What happened? This is what has happened. It's turned to the biggest garbage pit cesspool that I've ever seen in the financial markets. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. So if you're wondering why the trenches are dead, and this guy says, imagine 100 of these people on every single Twitter coin, and you can see why we've rotated to community coins. Have we rotated to community coins? I don't even know what that means. And see the negative decline. Nobody wants to trade versus these people. I mean, I agree, right? Like a 35K market cap coin, I'm going to hold that thing. I'm going to hold that thing. 35K market cap. If I'm buying something that low, I'm not looking to jeet it at an 80% increase in price. That's like somebody buying $100 worth. It's a joke. And at the same time, here are some more of the Twitter streamers who love meme coins. This is one of them who went to the monkey forest in Bali. And as you can see here, a monkey literally pissed on her shoulder. And she looks like a horse. So yeah, I mean, karma, I guess. Because I've had monkeys crawl up on my shoulders. I've been to this place. They were crawling up on my shoulders. They were happy. They were happy I was there. I've never seen a monkey piss on someone. I mean, animals know, man. Animals know. They feel the energy. So I guess that's retribution, or a little bit of it right there, for being an absolute, pond scum person. But anyways, that's our news for the day. Let's get into altcoins and talk about trade opportunities. Somebody asked me, we got a super chat from Apex. He's asking about Dogecoin. Are we still bullish on Dogecoin? We absolutely are still bullish on Dogecoin. Let's go over things. So Dogecoin right now is trading inside of a fair value gap, as you can see. This is our daily time frame chart. And we have this fair value gap that price is currently trading inside of. All right. So optimally speaking, I want 18 cents. As you can see, we have this previous supply level disregarded, left behind in the fair value gap, right at 18 cents. This is the optimal level, I think, to long Dogecoin inside of here. And as you can see, the monthly open is going to be at 17.2 cents. I will be looking to buy down until the monthly open. You can look to make the stop a little bit wider if you prefer, depending on where you do get in. But Dogecoin is very close to a level of interest. It is only a few percent away. This is a 3% move to the entry we are looking for on Dogecoin. So Apex, yes, absolutely. We're still bullish on Doge. And target would be up near the yearly. Right? We would have these as targets in the low 30s, like 32 cents. And then we would take this supply zone at 40 cents as the main target, or the last target for the swing. But absolutely, we are still bullish on Dogecoin. I think buying spot right here will be a good move. And if you want to be really precise, wait for 18 to 17.2 cents. And let's just do a little checkup on USDT dominance. So it's getting close. Again, we're waiting for 4.90%. And on total, we are waiting for 3.14%. Very, very close, guys. Let's see if we get it during the stream. If we do, I will abruptly end the stream because I have to go manage my trades and enter new positions. Just a heads up. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. We have DC. What's up, DC? Saying, is it a good time to go in on altcoins? I hope you have gotten the answer to that question with everything I've said so far today in the stream. But good to see you, DC. We got The Albert. What's up, The Albert? He says, what's up, Connor? Good to see you live. I learn a new thing on every stream. No worries. Thanks for your support, The Albert. We have Declan Wyatt. What's up, Declan? Guys, smash the like button. And Mark Bass says he already bought the dip. Mark, I think you'll be good. Right? If you're buying things spot, I think you'll be pretty good. People probably wondering, Connor, what about Cubic? What about Cubic? Let's look at Cubic. Just get it out of the way before I get asked about it. So look, there's this 4-day demand zone that has acted as a level to buy every single time you want to be a buyer in demand. It's very close to current price. Cubic, I wouldn't recommend trading Cubic on leverage. You certainly can. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to say don't trade on leverage. If you know how to manage risk, leverage is a very useful and handy tool. If you're a gambler, you're going to get wrecked. So it's you. It's all about the man in the mirror. Do whatever you want to do. You can trade it with leverage. You just have to be smart about it. But anyways, I think buying spot right on the monthly open is a good idea. All right. I think it would be a better idea to buy it in the 4-day demand zone if you get it again. And if you get it as low as a grand per billion, buy it. But yeah, this is a buy for the time being, unless it loses the weekly below the 4-day demand zone, which I don't really see happening. But yeah, I mean, we're targeting here and here, so there's gains on the table. All right, we're 50%, 120%. Possibly we go up into the supply up here at 4K per billion. So yeah, there's money to be made here, I think, in the short term on Cubic, as well as most altcoins. But I know somebody's probably going to ask me about that, so that's Cubic. Let's keep going through these. So we talked about Doge. XRP. So here's XRP bouncing exactly from the quarterly open and the yearly open. Just a few days ago, I made a video on XRP, and the TA played out exactly. All right. I said basically look for the move into this orange box. We got the move into the orange box. So yeah, there's I guess more proof of concept. But anyways, we have daily demand right here. This is daily demand. See it over here? Okay, so that's outlined. And then we also, the reason that I haven't necessarily taken a long on XRP is because I don't have the major confluence. Buying spot right here at current price, not a bad idea. But if we want to wait for the optimal entry and get the majors confluence, well, we have to wait and be patient. All right, so XRP, again, we have that daily demand zone, and we have the swing high to the swing low, pulling a fib. The 61.8 is literally right at the 50% of that demand zone. This is at $2.01. All right, so XRP at $2.01 is a buy. It's a flashing buy, $2.01 on XRP. This could be it already, hitting the quarterly and the yearly opens. That could be it. But if we're going to see USDT dominance hit 4.90, we probably will get this level on XRP at $2.01. You can set limit orders. You can do whatever you like, but it's basically there. It is basically there. INJ, $10 would be nice. $10.50. So Sui, as you can see, has come into, this was the first buy level at 350. Remember the ladder strategy I discussed, like 20%, 40%, 60%. Right, so if you're following that ladder strategy, scaling in spot, price is essentially, it's at an interesting level right at the daily 200 EMA, sweeping these lows as well. The optimal level would be $2.83 if given. But there is no guarantees it will be given. So current price not the worst. Now ZRO, if you guys recall the video I made over here on the 1st of May, I said 0 in the low twos. If it goes to the low twos, it is a buy. 0 is in the low twos. Buying spot will result in gains, in my opinion. It has done exactly what I said it would do exactly 31 days ago. So I trust myself and I trust my analysis. And when I say something 30 days ago and it happens 30 days later, with the plan and strategy is already set in place. We can play mental gymnastics or we can just follow the plan. I think it's best to just follow the plan. Again, the plan given 31 days ago was if 0 comes in the low twos, right, like below 225, it's a buy. It's at 223. Maybe it wants to come lower. Maybe it wants to come into demand below $2. But regardless, it's in the buy zone now. It's at a level of interest. And, you know, when this thing is trading at $10, everyone will probably wish they bought it at 223. And that's all, folks. That's the game we play. You either take the risk or you lose the chance. Welcome to the financial markets. And then the last one, ZK. ZK got obliterated. It's pretty funny to see this. The Bitcoin conference curse, full effect. So if we go to the daily here. As you can see, price broke out of the channel and then it was just riding on the channel. It lost it and then it dumped. And in my brain, I was envisioning what's going to happen. And I've seen this happen where it just falls and it covers this gap. And I was like, that could happen. And it did happen. So anyways, as you can see now, price in daily demand. And with our fib, it's also lower than the GP golden pocket. Let's see, we had this level I outlined, and this is at 4.9 cents. Price just front ran it. If we see USDT dominance at 4.90%, and if we see the total at 3.14, it looks like we're bouncing right now. But if we do end up getting these, I think you'll see ZK in that level. So all in all, everything, if you're buying spot, great prices to buy spot. Leverage, you can scale in, but be aware that we don't necessarily have the confluence from any majors yet, except for the others. The others has hit the monthly open and the liquidity inside of the fair value gap. So this hit, but the total didn't. Total 2 did not. Right, you can see that the wick didn't actually come into the level. Or on the daily, that's TradingView is a troll, guys. Like on the daily it hit, on the 12-hour it didn't. USDT dominance is like that as well. Right, all of the levels are different. All the wicks are in different places. I always use the daily. The daily usually shows you the real move, because sometimes I'll look at the 4-hour and it won't hit the level, but on the daily, it already wicked into it. So be aware of that, guys. TradingView is really not to be trusted. It gives different data for different time frames. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about already. Anybody who actually trades the market and looks at this every day knows exactly what I'm talking about. So if that's not you and you're learning, keep that in mind. Shout out to Trucker Steve. Shout out to Guts Motors. Shout out to Fiat Hater. Shout out to Incognito 111. Good to see all you guys here in the live stream. Smash up the like button, guys. Shout out to Jason Becker as well as Jack30M. What's up, Jack? And Jason Becker says, I'm 3K in on XRP at $2.30. Liquidation at $1.88. I have trigger buys of 100 at $1.95, 100 at 194, 300 at 190. I have another 600 left in case it goes lower. Thoughts? I am minus 1,300 right now. Well, Jason, first of all, I would say to be sure to watch. If I make a video on XRP and you're trading it, be sure to watch that video and go over my analysis that I share, because I did call for XRP to do this lower move. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the current situation that you're in. You are currently facing drawdown in your long trade on XRP. You entered up here at $2.30. Okay, price, as you can see, came into our orange shaded box that we were calling for. What do you do now? Well, as I did discuss for XRP, the optimal level is down here in daily demand at the golden pocket at $2.01. So if you have your liquidation at $1.88, you are kind of playing with fire. Reason being, the weekly invalidation on XRP. If we go to the weekly over here and just clean up this chart, the weekly invalidation is a close underneath $1.90. Look at where this weekly candle closed and opened over here in March and April. If price is going to come here, it's a level that we can expect a strong bounce from. And if we close underneath, we're going way lower. It's like a point of control. It's a main level, 190, 188. It's a dangerous place to have a liquidation price. It's very dangerous. You're playing with fire. You're playing with a razor blade. You can get cut pretty badly. Now, you plan on buying at 190. Look, I think that's a good price to be a buyer. I think $2.01 a good price to be a buyer, but you have to manage the risk. Because if you get liquidated, if price goes 2 cents lower than 190, you're cooked. You're out of the trade. You lost all your money. You got liquidated. You never want that to happen to you. So consider adding more margin, which I don't really recommend doing. That's putting more risk on the table. In the future, I would say to decrease your position size to give yourself more wiggle room. And of course, wait for price to come to you instead of trying to long this level at 230 in the future. That's my thoughts on that position, man. I hope it helps. And yeah, I mean, you could be saved right now, right? You could be saved and you might not get liquidated. This could be it, hitting the yearly and quarterly open. Maybe I'm wrong and USDT dominance never hits 4.90% and it just reverses from here after sweeping the previous week high. It's possible. That could definitely happen. So you might be fine. You might be perfectly fine, and then you'll catch an upward swing. But in general, trading with leverage, you need to make sure your entries are very optimal, or you can face losing everything you put on. Let's see. Shout out to Adrian Kent. What's up, Adrian? Shout out to All Day Dre in the building. Good to see you, my man. And we got Recon Runner. He says, hi, Connor. What are your thoughts on AI16Z? No thoughts. I consider this to be something like a meme coin. It's not worth paying any attention to, in my opinion. I mean, you can trade it for sure, but yeah, not necessarily something that I'm too interested in. Looks like it's coming into demand over here. So this is interesting. So I mean, this little guy. We got a little guy. Oh, that's money. All right, so if AI16Z hits the quarterly open, it's a good buy, and that's at 16.5 cents. 16.5. I repeat, 16.5 is the level of interest. That's a juicy level. Pretty close to current price, even though this thing's already smashed. And for added confluence, we have the 78.6 right at the same exact level. That's not a coincidence. That's juice. Just like our secret juice we're drinking today. Cheers, lads. Anyways, that's my thoughts on AI16Z. If you see 16.5 cents, it's worth it. Buying now, it's kind of like trying to catch a falling knife. This is the optimal level, 16.5. Guts Motors added some AI16Z and Moby and Billy Betts. So big on the AI agents. Our guy Guts Motors. Moby looks way stronger and more interesting at the range lows. Maybe he wants to sweep that previous week low, sweep the range low, and then go. Again, we're maybe I'm being like greedy here. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Am I being greedy or rational by saying that the optimal entries will come if USDT dominance goes to 4.90%? Am I being greedy and trying to hold out for just a little more, or am I being rational here? Drop a comment. What do you guys think? I'm curious to hear your opinion. Let's see. We already got to Apex's super chat. Shout out to Glasshopper77. YouTuber GoKill says he hopes we start the parabolic pump in June. Yeah, I think at this point, being that it's, you know, basically the 31st of May, we're likely going to set the bottom of this move currently in early June and then go up from there. Let's see. Jack asking about good prices for real world asset coins. So yeah, Rio, it did have a bullish break of structure. Okay, so it closed above all these previous swing highs. And daily closed above all the previous swing highs. All right, so we have basically a bullish break of structure. And now we're doing the big pullback into liquidity. So four-day. So this is 4-day demand is right here. Right here. Okay, so you're in a 4-day demand zone. Maybe you come into the quarterly at 20 cents. And being that this thing is such a low market cap, that can definitely happen. But yeah, Rio, it's at a good price, I'd say. And then one more check. Fib check, 50%. Quarterly is, I mean, this would be optimal at 21 cents, but here isn't bad. Some other stuff like Bricken. Okay, so we're on the 4-day, and you should see this. Everyone's eyes should go immediately to this. Right. Previous supply zone, disregarded on the way up. Price coming into it now. Yeah, this is Bricken is in the buy zone. Absolutely in the buy zone. I'm going to take a quick look at this one. ATR. Staying on the 4-day. The 4-day is giving us some juicy zones on these real world asset coins. And we're in the zone. So yeah, I mean, all of these, maybe Rio goes a little bit lower, but all of these are in buy levels. And remember, the others total liquidity chart did hit its level, okay? And being that these coins you're asking me about, these real world asset coins, they're like super low market cap, basically shit coins, then others is a good reflection of them. So being that others hit their key level and those are all in their hidden liquidity levels, it doesn't look like a bad spot to be buying those at all. Let's see what else. Guts Motors, thoughts on Moby, looking to replace Deck Screener. It can definitely happen. We're in a very competitive market. So if Moby is a better platform than Deck Screener, people will naturally rotate over to the better product market fit. So that can definitely happen. People asking about Griffane. I just went over this because I had a person in the mastermind asking me about it. So it's fresh on the mind. Basically, 6 cents was a level, but 6 cents didn't line up with any confluence from any majors, which is why it didn't work. Now, you have daily demand at 5.6 cents. The optimal level would be these daily order blocks in the fair value gap at 4.5 cents. Optimal. It's not a bad spot to be buying, absolutely. But if we do go slightly lower and these get hit, that would be the optimal time, yeah. But yeah, it's not a bad spot to be buying spot. Like you said, YouTuber, go kill. Shout out to Scorch888. He says, "What's up, lads? What's up, Scorch?" Let's see. Jack says, "I'm being rational because we had these levels way before the current trend." That is correct. That is correct, Jack. We had these levels way before this down move started. We had these levels planned while everyone was cheering that Bitcoin was at 111K. Remember all those posts about the biggest altcoin season of all time starting in April? You guys remember that? I showed you here on the live stream. You had all these LARP Twitter accounts talking about the biggest altcoin season of all time. Historically speaking, this is the time when the altcoin season starts every cycle. Like I've been saying, this cycle has eradicated the 4-year model that we're used to. We're in completely different waters here. We're in uncharted waters. So yeah, I mean, just remember, just because someone on crypto Twitter says the biggest altcoin season of all time is starting soon, doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. And yes, we had the levels planned well in advance, which is why I'm sitting here not panicking or freaking out. I have a very clear head and I know exactly what I want to do if the market gives me the opportunity. And that's the difference, man. Let's see. I got a question from Coin Operated asking about a karate combat fight. He says, "Connor, would you fight Tyler Hill in a karate combat fight?" He's a crypto YouTuber. Just found out he used to be a professional MMA fighter. I like y'all are in the same weight class. So Coin Operated, I'll be straight up with you. I have zero real fight experience. So I don't want to have my first fight against a pro fighter. I mean, that's just kind of like, it's like, completely different level. I would probably get my ass kicked. Straight up. If he actually was a pro fighter, I don't want the smoke. I'll be straight up with you. But if he has like 1 or 2 fights or something like that, yeah, let's go. I have zero fight experience in sanctioned bout. Let's see. Stacy says, "What happened with the conference?" So Stacy, every year the Bitcoin conference marks the local top. I have coined the term the Bitcoin conference curse. And that's exactly what's happening. We have the Bitcoin conference curse. Shout out to D Jenny from the blockchain, aka Moby Sage, my man. Great to see you. Talking about the Bitcoin conference curse. Shout out to Cryptomaniac925. And let's see what else is going on. Mike Miller says DCing is always the right move. Yeah, great time to be DCing spot. And Rigoberto, what's up, Rigo? He says, "Will Hype have meme coin seasons? Seen some plays on Hype meme coins this past week." Good question, Rigoberto. So I also saw a lot of stuff about Hyperliquid on my timeline. A lot of people talking about Hyperliquid. I saw Ansem put out this post that it looks like it wasn't written for him. My head was screaming paid sponsored post undisclosed. I've seen a lot of posts that look like undisclosed paid posts by really big crypto Twitter accounts talking about Hyperliquid and farming airdrop points on Hyperliquid. Meanwhile, they already gave the biggest airdrop in history. Now they're just using the second airdrop for exit liquidity so people use their platform basically. So there's a lot of red flags with Hyperliquid. A lot of them. And you're also talking about some meme coin plays on Hyperliquid pumping. It sounds like great marketing to get people to come onto their chain so that you can take their money, basically. I would be very careful. I have a lot of red flags popping off left and right in my head over Hyperliquid. I don't trust it whatsoever. It's a major whale coin, and they're paying Ansem and other big accounts to tweet things about it that they don't actually care about. They're just getting paid to do. So I would be very careful with Hype. And with some shitcoin memes. If a lot of coins on Hyperliquid have already pumped multiple X's, that means that the good early run has already ended, and now it's going to be way more saturated and diluted, and it won't be as enticing or lucrative as it was because everyone is now on it. You have to be super early to catch the move on this type of stuff. So I would be careful going into hyperliquid expecting big gains. You'll probably be exit liquidity for the whales. Let's do a checkup on Bitcoin as well as some of these other charts. So BTC, we got a question. 104.5K or 103K first. So 104 that's very, very close to the current price. I mean, you're talking about very marginal moves. It is definitely possible we come up to 104.5, sweep our daily open, test that, and then maybe complete this move lower into the range lows over here. All in all, here's what I think is going to happen on Bitcoin, lads. I think this year is going to be, the rest of the year is going to be very disappointing for Bitcoin holders at this point. I think, like I said in the last stream, like the upside is capped right now on BTC. Like max would be 130K, I think. While it's possible we just sweep the high and we go to like 115K and that's all. And we just range between here and like 90K. So yeah, Bitcoin, it's very limited upside from this point in time, which is why I'm saying we're calling for the Bitcoin dominance drop too. But yeah, BTC, again, we have completed our move back into our orange shaded box. We're really just looking for confluence from the majors to confidently call the bottom here. So I want 4.90% USDT dominance. I want 3.14 trillion on the total. I want 1.09 trillion on total 2. I want the monthly open at least on the total 3. It's all so close to hitting. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use to measure the bottom for this current move. Very, very close. Clop Zone asking about Pepe. So yeah, Pepe is close. It's very close to my level. So there's 2 time frames you can look at. Let me get rid of all of this. There's too much stuff going on here. So yeah, Pepe, like I said, it's very close. You have the 6-day previous failed supply zone in this fair value gap on the 6-day time frame, and it's also on the 9-day time frame. 9-day time frame is completely fresh. This is the one we actually really want. So go to the 9-day on Pepe, and you'll see the exact level that I want, and that's a free gift for you guys watching. If you guys want all of this type of analysis, even more setups, well then get yourself inside of the Crypto Empire Mastermind group where I lay them all out. What else is going on here? King Louis says it already went there. In regards to what, King Louis? What already went there? And somebody asked about Brett. Is it time to buy Brett? Very close. So Brett in the golden pocket. This is a level to be buying Brett. Buy spot here. I think you're going to make money. Absolutely. If you want to be a little bit more pinpoint, consider waiting for 420, 0.042. But it's very close. And I think buying spot at the current market price will give you gains. And Grotto EZ is asking about what do I think about ETH. So I'm personally still short on ETH. Stop loss break even. I've already taken profit from the trade. So what do I think? Like it could be it. Like this could be the move. Or it may want to go to the range lows closer to 2,400. I don't think we're going to see these levels anymore at 2200 and 2K. I don't think it's going to happen. Ethereum is very strong right now. It's showing a lot of strength, relatively speaking. So I think the range lows by 2400. Maybe we sweep the previous week low, bounce off the bull market trend line one more time, and then send. But yeah, Ethereum, the whole market right now is very close to bottoming if bottom isn't already in. I mean, we're just looking for like a little bit lower, basically. And Stacy asking about keyboard cat, keycat. So it's in a pretty fat fair value gap. Yeah, it's, look at this, boys and girls. We got a little hidden level, completely fresh on the 3-day. That is at 38 million, 39 million market cap. We're at 41 million. So yeah, buying keyboard cat spot. I mean, it's a good price to do it. Was this a dead cat bounce? It could have been, but if base is going to get a run and ETH's going to go to 4K, 5K, then this thing can easily go to the hundreds of millions. So too early to say this was a dead cat bounce and it's not just kind of in a reaccumulation. But yeah, this 3-day level is very juicy. Totally hidden and untouched. A little slightly touched, but good enough for me because it's less than 50% of the order block. Shout out to D-Jenny from the blockchain. He says, anybody here consider yourself lucky? 74 people are watching this alpha, thousands are not, and good luck to them. Appreciate you, D-Jenny from the blockchain. It is what it is, man. But hey, that's actually a great thing. Because let me tell you something right now. This YouTube channel, Crypto Empire, it is for my opinion, we have proprietary data to call the top of the market. On January 20th, I had my biggest live stream ever. I had 750 people watching me live. I was going live basically every single day from September to January. I was averaging like 100 to 200 people per stream. It shot up to 750 people. That was the top of the market. So everyone watching these streams on a regular basis now has a crystal clear cut top signal. I'm giving this to you for free right now. People will charge you thousands of dollars for some kind of top signal indicator, whatever. All you need to do is watch my live streams and watch the number of viewers. When it spikes to 750 people to 1,000 people again, you sell everything and you get the hell out of here. That's it. For free. You're welcome. That's all you need. Literally all you need. But people will join and watch the stream on the day that I have 1,000 people, and they're going to be asking me if it's a good time to buy XRP. Remember, this is who we're trading against. Yes, you guys should definitely consider yourselves lucky. I just gave you the golden key. All you got to do is look at the metrics here on Crypto Empire, and you can confidently time the market top. It's true. It's worked every single cycle top, going back to 2021. Anyways, let's stop talking about the secret juice, the secret sauce, because that is very valuable information. But I'm totally cool to give that away. I could care less. You guys are watching the streams. You deserve to know that. Let's see. Coin operated. Virtuals or fart coin, which would be a better discount. We just got a super chat from Gotcha asking about Chill Guy. We'll look at that right now. This is dangerous. Yeah, this is very dangerous on Fart Coin. So it lost this daily trend line. I mean, yeah, that's dangerous, man. It would have to pull an ETH and do a miracle move to reclaim it at this point. and it's already up like over 10x from the lows. You compare that to something like Virtual's protocol here, and you know, depending on how you draw your trend line, this would have broken, yeah, but the structure is actually still intact because you have this. And that would happen in the monthly open. So yeah, Virtuals is better than Fartcoin in my opinion at the current moment in time to bid. Virtuals looks way weaker. Anyways, here's a super chat from Gotcha. He says, chill guy. So 2-day demand zone right here. And daily, let me see in daily. Yeah, so you know, this could be it here in this level. But it's something like this, you have to be like super pinpoint because this is like a really manipulated coin. It's chill guy, it's a cabal coin. So ideally, you would wait for perfect confluence to take a long on something like this, unless you want to go really risky. But the 2-day demand, that's interesting. 3-day. 2-day looks good. And let's do a fib check real quick. 705 right in there. Yeah, that's it. 44.7 cents. What is this? Like 20% lower than the current price? 26% lower. That's asking for a lot. But this is such a shit coin, it could easily happen is the thing. I'm still going to say 2-day demand zone is where you want to be a buyer in the 2-day. It's at 5 cents to 4.1 cents. Shout out to you guys as well in the chat. Shout out to Grotto EZ, appreciate you. Shout out to Stacy Incognito. Pluto is Frosty with the W and Coin Operated. Thank you, Coin Operated. He says Connor is the GOAT. I feel lucky AF watching Connor on the live. I always look up his channel to make sure I watch every video he puts out. That means a lot, man. Thank you for your support. And yeah, that means a lot, dude. That's a really nice comment. Let's see. Second Tim 32. He says, I think Bitcoin dominance is on the way to 70 to 71%. After any breakdown, this is a Bitcoin bull run. Yeah, I think we're going up to 66 right now, 66, 67. 70 would be a stretch, but could happen. But I think that we are capped on Bitcoin upside. So that's why I'm saying 66 to 67%. And then we need it to fall if we want altcoins to pump. Shout out to Abdul. And we got Vic. He says, live midnight on a Friday. You're a G. Treble 100x from here. Appreciate that, Vic. So treble right now at 33 cents. It's still in this range. And to me, I'm calling this a bottom accumulation oscillation range. And I'm looking for it to eventually break out way higher. 1 million, 1.1 million market cap. Yeah, I'm seeing good things ahead. And time will tell if I'm going to be right on that one. Shout out to Narala. Good to see you. But anyways, guys, smash up the like button. This one was a later stream. Moby treble market cap is 1.15 million. Very low. And the crazy thing about Treb, actually, let me show you. Like, this is actually nuts. People don't look at this stuff. Let me pull up the website. People don't look at this stuff. But if you go to Treb and you go to the staking section, so the amount of XTREB that is staked is 1.5 million tokens. This is $500,000 of XTREB staked, of treble swap tokens staked. 500K. The market cap is 1.1 million. Do you understand that literally half of the market cap is locked up in staking right now? Like, that's pretty freaking bullish, man. It's pretty freaking bullish. People won't understand that. They'll overlook it. But that's a very good sign to me. Let's see. Ski triple drive. Down 17%. Ski got waxed today. But look at this, boys. Everything is at good levels. So here's Ski, daily time frame, fair value gap, order blocks. Yeah, so if you want to buy it, this is a good place to do it, you know, in the low fives. Everything is in a nice juicy level, but we just don't have full confluence just yet. I would like to see us get full confluence to go full risk on here. We want 4.90% USDT dominance, and we want the total to 3.14 trillion. On that note, it's time to wrap up the live stream. Appreciate all you guys being here today. Thank you for all of your support here. Smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends and family to subscribe to the channel and watch my live streams, and apply to the Crypto Empire Mastermind. But you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your Friday evening. And my name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I'll see you on the next video. Talk to you later.